Okay, this is my video response number 2 for the subculture essay. First question, what did I learn about the subculture and in regards to me? I learned that subcultures aren't just, something you become a part of. That was my initial understanding going into this. I thought, well, a subculture is something you take part in, you go in and, join. But in reality, a subculture is something that you adopt. It becomes something that's a part of you. It becomes an extension of yourself through a set of traits or interests. So that's what I learned about subcultures. I realized that, it is more than just something that you're a part of. It becomes a defining aspect of you. And going off that, the subcultures have a huge effect on a person's identity or personality. As I said, they become a defining factor or variable in the kind of person who you are. So I think, when you go into a subculture, you really become that subculture, and you sort of convey that, when you become a punk rocker, you start, conveying what the punk rocker is. When you become, a nerd, you sort of like take on those nerd qualities. Or when you become like a hipster, you bring on those hipster qualities. So that subculture and, the people that you meet through that, the things that, the things that you do, they shape your identity into who you are. They shape your personality. On a personal note, as a reader, I think I need to be more open as to how I'm reading like other people's essays. I think that when I sit down and read somebody's essay, I need to because today what we did was we looked over a person's essay, and he asked us who what do you think the thesis statement is, and I was one of the few people that said it was one sentence, and the majority said it was a different sentence, and I felt like I was wrong because I was looking at it like this is what a thesis has to be, and so I think I need to change my understanding of what a person's essay should be. As a reader, I think I just need to look into things more. As a writer, I think I need to focus on my sentence structure. I wasn't really good with essays and writing in high school. I never really did much practice regarding that, so that's sort of carried over, and I haven't really gotten much better. So I think that's something I need to focus on, is being better with my sentence structure. Something I learned about this unit and through this class is I think one of the major things that we learned that I think could be carried over to a different class or to something else is that whole idea of observative learning, or research through observation and interaction. Rather than sit down and search up on Google, type up on Google, Wikipedia or whatever you do. Actually getting to sit down with people, actually working with people and interacting with people who directly reflect what you're researching. I think it gives you a better feel. I think you start empathizing with why they do certain things, how they feel about certain things, their opinions, and how those opinions are formed. Rather than just doing research and saying this is this and this is this, you get a more in-depth feel of the ideology and what is behind the curtain, what the framework and the buildup of why certain things happen the way they are. And I think that's really important, because if I had done my subculture essay and I just researched the topic itself, I would have gotten very similar stuff, but I wouldn't have been able to convey my points, and I wouldn't have been able to translate them and explain them in the way that I was able to. And I would have been way more objective. I would have been way more, from an outside view rather than someone who's on the inside and understands, the ideology and the feelings that go into that subculture and the understanding behind it. And I think when you do such in-depth research, it adds another layer to your essay, to your report, and it gives you an edge that I think a lot of teachers would like to see, rather than have, the usual, objective, just that layer of of research that they always see, rather than, you know, something special where, like, you know, you can, you know, through your own empathy, you know, display what you've learned, almost like an actor displays, you know, a role in a movie. So that's what I learned, and that's what I got from my subculture essay. Cool essay.